Find out the sum of all values of x that satisfy the equation x square minus 5x plus 5 whole raised to the power of x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to 1. Now, it is given in the question that x square minus 5x plus 5 raised to the power of x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to 1. Before trying to find the solution to this problem, let us identify the cases where the right-hand side of the equation can become 1. The following three cases can arise. Case number 1 is if x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to 0, that is, this exponent here is 0, then the right hand side is always 1 irrespective of the value of x square minus 5x plus 6. That is, this to the power of 0 is always 1 irrespective of the value of this. Case number 2 is if x square minus 5x plus 5 is 1, that is, if this is 1, then the right hand side will always become 1 irrespective of the value of the exponent. And the final case, that is case number 3, is if x square minus 5x plus 5 is minus 1, that is, if this is negative 1, then the right hand side will become plus 1 only if x square plus 4x minus 60 is an even number, because minus 1 raised to the power of a even number is plus 1. That is, x has to simultaneously make x square minus 5x plus 5 is equal to minus 1, and also x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to a positive or negative even number. There are no other situation where the given equation will be satisfied. Having identified the possible cases, let us proceed case by case. Case number 1, where x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to 0, we can factorize this by writing 4x is equal to 10x minus 6x. Therefore, the equation becomes x square plus 10x minus 6x minus 60 is equal to 0. Or if you take x common from the first two terms, we get x multiplied by x plus 10. And if you take 6 common between the next two terms, we get minus 6 multiplied by x plus 10 is equal to 0. Or x plus 10 multiplied by x minus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, we will have two solutions. Let us call them x1 and x2, where x1 is equal to minus 10 and x2 is equal to 6. Therefore, x1 plus x2 will be minus 10 plus 6 is equal to minus 4. Now, if you are familiar with the formula that the sum of the two roots of a quadratic equation is minus b by a, where a and b are the coefficients of the x square and x terms respectively, then directly by looking at the equation, we can write that x1 plus x2 is equal to minus 4, because in this case b is equal to 4 and a is equal to 1. Therefore, b by a is equal to 4 and minus b by a is equal to minus 4. Case number 2. X square minus 5x plus 5 is equal to 1, or x square minus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. If the two roots are x3 and x4, then x3 plus x4 is equal to minus b by a, where b is equal to minus 5 and a is equal to 1. Therefore, minus b by a will be plus 5. Case number 3 finally is x square minus 5x plus 5 is equal to minus 1, and x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to an even number, positive or negative. From the first of the two equations, x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, and this we can factorize as given here. We can write x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. If you take x common between the first two terms, we get x multiplied by x minus 3, and if you take 2 common from the next two terms, we get minus 2 multiplied by x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 3, x is equal to 3, or x min is equal to 2. Let us now examine the second equation and see if it is satisfied with any of these values of x or not. Before going any further, please like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell so you can be immediately notified for new uploads. It's completely free and only takes a few seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you want to. Also, if you know about any interesting problem that you would like me to solve, please upload it in your comments. Without further ado, let's proceed with the rest of the video. Now let us see if the two values of x obtained just before this, whether it will satisfy the second equation or not, where the second equation is x square plus 4x minus 60, and that is equal to, when you put x is equal to 3, 9 plus 12 minus 60 is equal to minus 39. Since this is not an even number, x is equal to 3 does not satisfy the necessary conditions. The second value of x, that is x is equal to 2, let us see what happens if we put that value in the second equation. Now the second equation is x square plus 4x minus 60. That becomes 4 plus 8 minus 60, and that is minus 48. Since minus 48 is an even number, x is equal to 2 satisfies both the conditions needed, that is, it satisfies both the equations. Let us call this value of x as x5. That is, x5 is equal to 2. Thus, we have now 5 values of x which can satisfy the equation x square minus 5x plus 5 raised to the power of x square plus 4x minus 60 is equal to 1. These values of x are x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5, as we have found out earlier. The sum of their values is the sum of x1 and x2 plus sum of x3 and x4 and x5, that is minus 4 plus 5 plus 2, and that is equal to 3. So 3 is the answer to this question. Thank you very much.